The principal mission at the U.S. Field Artillery Museum at Fort Sill is educating military students, with the main focus specifically artillery students and basic trainees. But this free museum is also highly educational for everyone.
This covers the history of U.S. Army artillery from 1775, when it was founded at the beginning of the Revolutionary War, up to present day. And we have approximately 70 artillery pieces here in the museum, and then there are about another 50 outdoors.
And what better place to have this museum at what is the artillery training post for the entire U.S. Army, Fort Sill.
Fort Sill started getting into artillery back in the late 19th century, and then by the early 20th century, this was where the artillery school was established. So for the last 100+ years, had a very strong link with artillery.
And all the guns at the museum were all used by the United States Army at different times in our past. And all the weapons displayed in the North Gallery were used here at Fort Sill for training. As with all types of history, there are going to be moments where one can look back and not help but wonder, what were they thinking at the time?
Our most amusing piece is the mule gun, which was a prototype gun of the 1880s. Someone in the Army, they had been mounting or carrying guns on mules for a long time, but then someone decided to just try and fire it off the back of a mule, and it didn't work out so well.
But you will, of course, see the more serious guns used throughout history, like the Hotchkiss revolving cannon, as well as uniforms and original fire direction computers.
The U.S. Field Artillery Museum has a 38,000 square foot building packed full of fascinating artifacts. But while you're here, don't forget all the outdoor items. They have around 60 of them, one of which is called Atomic Annie, right here. It's huge. It's a 280 millimeter cannon, the only cannon ever to fire an atomic round, and it's only just one of a couple in the entire world.
That, too, is also fitting, as they have a good number of tourists visiting yearly from literally everywhere.
So we have visitors from all 50 states. We have a lot of foreign visitors, too, both tourists and also foreign military students here.
And the staff is continuing to add new exhibits pretty much on a weekly basis. New artifacts, weapons, uniforms, and insignias. At the U.S. Field Artillery Museum at Fort Sill, I'm Dean O'Lally.